There we go. Shine Bright Nation team call. It is Tuesday, November the 7th. It is now, Sarah, is it 7:30 there or 6:30? 7:30. Okay, so you're still an hour ahead of us. I was like, did they stop doing the time change? I was so confused. But because my brother lives in Airdrie and I've been meaning to call him, I'm like, I should know what time it is when I call him. But okay, that helps me a lot. Two things, like just housekeeping things, were that I'm sure you might have seen Rose's post in the Fit Republic, but they've also been exploding over in the Diamond Mine, like Barbie's Diamond Mine, talking about accounts being deleted. Anyone who tries to use their personal page for business, not just coaches, this is happening to any Young Living distributors, it's happening to business coaches that use their personal page, whatever it might be. If they're doing calls to action on their personal page or mentioning, I don't know if it's mentioning product, but basically operating their business from their personal page, which a lot of coaches still do, Facebook is completely deleting their account with no notice. Like their personal Facebook is being deleted. So these people that, like for me, that would be all my pictures. Like it's not just your Beachbody stuff, it's everything. Your account is gone, as is your public page because it's linked to your personal account. So just a huge, huge heads up. Do not post, like I post like my workout picture, but I won't be posting. Usually I've been doing calls to action on my personal page because I'm seeing more people see it, but I will not do that anymore. And I'm actually going back to delete the ones that have that on there.
Sorry, question with that. Like, is that even when we share from our business to our personal, the calls to action?
I will try to find out, like I'll look into it more. It's just sort of this morning there was like post after post after post in the Diamond Mine. And I was like, what is going on?
Okay, because I normally don't do any calls to action on my actual personal page. I do it all from my business page, but I do share onto my personal.
Yeah, so I wouldn't feel like sharing is wrong because you're not using that page for your business, and you can share like Starbucks posts on your page. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't feel like sharing would be the issue. It's people that are running their business from their personal page. And another thing that is getting accounts deleted is copyrighted music, even if it's sped up or changed somehow. Your very best bet, if you want music in your videos or behind in the background or whatever when you're doing something, I downloaded to iTunes a stock music album. So it's paid for stock music that I can use anytime. I will not get in trouble for using it because it's not copyrighted. It's meant to be used in video. So that's something somebody just posted, that it was like a post from 2014 got their page deleted. So honestly, I don't even give a crap about the business side of it. If I lost my personal Facebook, that would devastate me. Like that's my life's photo albums. That's, you know what I mean? Like, so just a huge, huge heads up. That's not what our personal pages are for. And honestly, if you see other friends of yours doing it, even if they're another business, give them a heads up that you've seen it happen, because I would hate that to happen to anyone. So I just wanted to cover that really quick. Recognition. I didn't get a chance to run the reports for volume yet, so I'm sorry about that. But with points on the board, which is amazing, Jenna has 4, Ashley Miners has 2, Kyla Winters has 2, Vanessa Mack has 2, and Sarah Smith has 2. So booyah, you guys, that's fantastic. If you guys don't know, when you do the double time challenge pack, you get 3 points. So technically you only need to help 2 people this month with that challenge pack and you get the 2 points or 3 points. But my struggle with that is that I just want everyone to get the all access annual pass. I don't want them to get the double time because it just seems silly, right?
Well, with the double time, they still get all access, don't they?
Do they?
Yeah.
For a year?
Yeah.
Oh, well then never mind. Do that. Tell that to all the people.
I was like, I swear, if they don't get the all access, like for the year, that makes no sense.
No, and that's what I was confused on. I'm like, that just is
I was really looking into that today because I have a girl who was getting hers on Thursday, and I'm like, oh, the double time would be great.
Yeah, just tell them to do it. It's no difference to them cost-wise or anything. So
the only difference is they don't get
the containers.
The containers, but they get the ball for the double time.
Right. So I guess, yeah, it comes down to, yeah. But either way, I'd still be going with the double time because 3 Success Club points for 1 challenge pack is pretty fantastic. Let's face it. Okay, so I covered those 2 things. One other thing, did anyone listen to the National Wake Up Call? I know Alicia did. I did today. I think I've got 4 minutes left. I listened to it on my way to my lash appointment back and forth. So I did listen to it. Oddly enough, that coach spoke last year this week because it showed up in my Facebook memories. And I'm like, oh, that's just her time to do the National Wake Up Call. But aside from anything she said, I'm sort of stealing from her a little bit tonight, but they did the recognition like they always do about like new diamonds. There were 2 brand new diamonds from the UK. The UK only launched like less than a month ago, and there's already 2 coaches that have hit diamond in the UK. And that really hit me because it's going into what I'm talking about tonight, is that overcoming the overwhelm. Those coaches likely were so jacked to get started doing this that they couldn't wait. They were chomping at the bit. They signed up, and when they signed up, they probably had already people they were ready to sign up with them because they've been talking about it. The momentum was built. The passion was lit. And I'm like, that's what it takes to be successful in this business, is just passion, and the passion without the fear, like the passion without the overcomplication, the passion without being like, oh, I've got to invite this many and this many and that many. No, you just like the National Wake Up Call chick, Elizabeth, she was like, was it Elizabeth? Yeah. She's like, you just have to be so excited. She said that the way she became a coach is that she was really not doing so well weight-wise and mentality-wise and health-wise. And she saw a pamphlet for Shakeology at her local gym. And she read it and took it to her doctor. And her doctor was like, this stuff is awesome. So she started drinking it. And she immediately felt a difference in her health. And because of that, she could not wait to get it in the hands of her mom and her uncle and her brother and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, that's what it is. Like, that's what makes a successful coach, is your genuine belief and excitement in what we do. It is nothing else. That is what it takes. So I wanted to just be really transparent with you guys and share that I have been lacking excitement in this business, in that I still love it. Like, it's always going to be what I'm going to do. I love being a coach and I love the freedom it provides my family, but I haven't been feeling excited. And I think really it's just been the overwhelm of moving and Brad and life. Like, it's just been a lot on my plate. And when Judy passed away, and that greatly affected Rosa's presence in her business, not that I need Rosa to make me do the things, but I've had a ton of Rosa in my life in the last little bit, but as her friend. Like, we chat almost every day or every other day. But I haven't had her as my business mentor, as my boss babe that lights my fire. And I've missed that. And I haven't felt like bugging her with any business stuff or saying like, what do I do with this situation or whatever, or bouncing ideas off her because of what she's going through. So because of that, I kind of flattened, and that affected my income. And that sucks. Like, I went from like $1,000 a week to like maybe 400 or 500 a week, which is still great. I'm not complaining, but that's only because of my consistency over the last 4 years. Like, if any new coach decided to just flatline like I have for probably the last month, their business would tank. So it's not, I am grateful that I built the business that I did, that it's allowed me to be in this phase, but it's not good. And it's not a phase I want to be stuck in. And it's not where I want to be at all. Like, it's just not me. So that being said, I was thinking about that today, about like, I was listening to the National Wake Up Call, and I was thinking about how I've been about my business, and where did my fire go? And you know what it was? It's that I was still earning. I wasn't really doing a lot. I hit Success Club the last 3 months from people coming to me, because one thing I've not slowed down on ever is my posting. I still show up every single day on social media. And I think that speaks to why my business didn't completely because I was still present. I was still showing up. And if somebody messaged me, I was still getting back to them. And I was still so maybe I didn't flatline. Basically what I stopped doing was inviting. Like, I just haven't been actively like seeking people to join the team, to do this stuff. But that sucks, because the truth of the matter is our team's energy and excitement comes when new people jump in, or when you guys are doing well. That's when the energy is contagious. Today I was trying to find a post for you, Amanda. We used to have a pinned post on our team page, and it was about the power hour. And it was an awesome one. Like it was so great. And I was trying to find the video, but in looking for the video, I was scrolling through our team photos, and I was seeing the one where we all wrote on a piece of paper, and we all did like, I am a Beachbody coach and I am a blah, blah. And it was such a great picture. And I was seeing our memories from my birthday party and the team Christmas party last year. And even being in Alberta last year at this time for the Western Regional Conference with Sarah. And I felt sad. I'm like, I don't have all this stuff going on. And so when I was invited to the New Leaders Conference, that's in February, I'm going to admit, I'm honored for sure, but I'm also like, dude, I've been a coach for 4.5 years and I'm going to the New Leader Conference. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I should be elite. I should be whatever, fill in the blank. But I'm going because, heck, I've been wanting to go to corporate for so long. I'm pumped. I'm like, everyone's like, you're going on the corporate tour? I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going on the corporate tour. I'm so excited about it. But also, I need those trips. Like Summit, not going to Summit this year affected me huge. I loved watching Sarah and Nicola and all the other girls that were there so much, but not being there in person, being with my girls and chatting and all the things, it took a fire out of my business. That's what events do. We haven't had a local Super Saturday in like a year. And that sucks. Like it's been since like last January, whenever it was, because the Okanagan Council sort of fell apart, of which I'm a part of. And so like things like that, I'm recognizing those are what builds your fire in your business. Those are what keep you going, is the momentum of our team and the energy of our team, and being surrounded by that. That's yeah, I know. I figured you were probably looking for it too, Lisha. So that being said, I actually wrote notes for you guys. You're welcome. I'm being very professional. Yeah, the overwhelm, the butt dragging, it's really just a bullshit story we're telling ourselves. It really, truly is. And me telling myself, like, you guys don't even know how many mornings for the last week I've been telling myself to wake up early to make the team calendar for you. Like, I knew it needed to be done. It's November 7th. I meant to do it for November 1st. But then it was Halloween, and then there were Jell-O shots, and then I let these things take precedence over my business. I let somebody ask me to go out for coffee take precedence over my business. And that's not right. My business, if I want it to grow, our businesses, if we want them to grow, they need our time, and they need our energy, and they need our fire. And yeah, like that's one thing, the whole like excuses we tell ourselves, the mindset we tell ourselves. But what's almost worse is the childlike syndrome we get into when we're like, I don't want to. Like, I don't feel like it. I want to binge watch this show and drink wine or beer, and I don't want to. And it's like, I thought about that today because it's sort of been my attitude too. And I'm like, you know what's wrong with that? This is my family. This is for my family. This business, I have been wasting so much time scrolling. It drives me nuts. I know I'm doing it. I know I'm being mindless and not intentional with my time. And I'm like, this is a joke. This is not right. This is not how a leader acts. This is not how a business owner acts. My dog just forced his way into the room. Sorry, I'm like, why is my door open? And it's not okay anymore. And so even though I haven't wanted to as of Monday, and I realize it's only Tuesday, I know that. But as of Monday, I've been waking up at my 5:30 time, and I've been doing my devotions and doing my prayer and sitting down with my computer and consciously working. And I'm going back to only working on my computer. And if you have one, do. You're not busy on your phone. You're not building your business on your phone. It's completely different when you sit down, hands on keyboard, and focus on what you're doing. It is not nearly as easy to scroll on your computer as it is on your phone. So that's like a side note. But yeah, so that being said, like, I feel like I have a bit of privilege in that I was able to slide a bit because of how long I've built my business, but it's also not fair to you guys as my team, because for the most part, you guys can't, right? Like if you want this business to go where you want it to go, it's not fair for me to set that example. That's not the right example. So I do apologize. I think that, like I say, I kept doing the things, but I wasn't doing the extra things that will continue the momentum that teams need to keep going. So that being said, I titled this call "One Foot in Front of the Other." And that's literally all I've been telling myself. Again, I know it's only been 2 days, but that's what I've been telling myself the last 2 days is one foot in front of the other. I'm going to do the things. Oh, gee, when was the last time I picked up a personal development book? Oh, yeah, it's been 2 weeks. Oh, yeah, that's why my attitude has sucked. Like, it's all so simple. It really is. So from the National Wake Up Call this morning, I just wanted to highlight 2 things she said and then just give you some action steps. So she had said, ask yourself, what impact do you want your business to have on the world? Not, like Beachbody. What impact do you want your business that you're doing as a coach to have on the world? It doesn't have to be massive. She gave examples like, you want to show your kids how to eat right, and you want to start it within your family, and you want to cut the sugar and show them there's a different way to exist than what the majority exist like. Did anyone catch the surge yesterday, the double time surge? I didn't even know what was happening until after it happened. But there's a couple, they have a YouTube channel called Taking Back the Kitchen. They're coaches. They're 2 coaches. They're a husband and wife coach. They have 11,000 followers because they're building Taking Back the Kitchen, taking back eating well as a family, and that's their community. That's not just coaches, like that's their community that they're growing their business from, because they tapped into something that other people long for, right? So she said to ask yourself, what impact do you want your business to have on the world, and in whatever aspect that is for you. And the other thing she said is, you need to have your one-liner. I am in the business of blank, and fill it in for yourself. I'm going to post it in the team for us to answer, because I'd love to see your guys' answers to that. But that being said, like hers was, I loved it. She said something like, I'm in the business of helping extraordinary women bust away from ordinary lives, empowering them financially, physically, and mentally, or something along those lines. I was like, yes, that is what I'm in the business of. And if I think to myself, I'm in the business of that versus I'm in the business of helping women lose weight, or I'm in the business of, like, truthfully, if I were to say I'm in the business of hitting Success Club every month, I would not be a motivated coach. That's not exciting. Like, it's great. It's what we do, but that's not our business. Our business is not Success Club points. Our business is not volume. Our business is not rank. Our business is helping others. And so putting a twist on that makes it light you up. So for me, I haven't written it out yet, but it's going to be something along the lines like, I'm in the business of empowering women to love themselves at every stage of their journey, because that's huge to me. It breaks my heart when women don't love themselves. So that's something I'm really, really passionate about. And when I think of it that way, that's what my Beachbody business is, that lights me up. Like, that excites me 100%. So those are the questions to ask yourself. What impact do you want your business to have on the world? And your one-liner statement of, I'm in the business of blank, and filling in that blank for yourself. So going back to our topic of the one foot in front of the other, I find overwhelm comes from really just a few things. Like, overwhelm comes from losing our discipline, which is not a sexy word, but it kind of is. Discipline, I was thinking about this yesterday. Discipline is sexy, because anyone that achieves anything in their life has discipline. It doesn't take discipline to get a job at Tim Hortons. I'm sorry, it doesn't. It just doesn't. It doesn't. It's not hard. You walk in there with a resume and they'll probably put you to work right that instant. Like, it doesn't take a special snowflake. That's not putting down the job. I'm just saying, it doesn't take discipline. Discipline is what achieving people have. they have discipline, they have drive. And that was my other one. Overwhelm comes when we lose our discipline, when we lose our consistency, and when we lose our passion. That's when overwhelm will set in. Because when you're on fire, when you're feeling the passion, when you're feeling disciplined and doing the things, and when you're being consistent, all the things that keep you going are in place. Your personal development is in place. Your own personal fitness journey is happening because you're dedicated to it. You're dedicated to yourself. You're excited about it. I just, when you don't have that stuff, the overwhelm's going to happen. It's just going to, because it's got an open door, right? And that's exactly what happened to me. I let the door stay open. I was still doing my devotions here or dabbling in a couple personal development books there, but really, truly, I started to slide into average, into ordinary life before coaching, but I kind of had to. I had to unpack my house. Like, my kids need clothes to put on their bodies, so I had to get their room set up. But I used that time as this breather, being like, oh yeah, this is what it was like before Beachbody. I was able to do this and this and this and that and that and that. But I lost sight of a very important thing. The only reason I have the freedom to do those things now is because of Beachbody. It's not like this would be the case on any other job I'd have. If I was working at Tim Hortons, or even if I was working back at the cable company, I would not have the freedom to take a week to set up my home. I would not have the freedom to go for the 1.5-hour walk I did in the snow yesterday, to go for coffee with a friend. I wouldn't have that freedom if I didn't have the discipline in the first place 4 years ago when I started this, right? So really, it is, sorry, this thing's super wobbly. I can't move my legs. There's no leg room and I'm cramping up. The discipline aspect of it, or the putting one foot in front of the other aspect of it, is simply that. If you're sitting there and you're like, my business is tanking, I don't know what I'm doing. You do. You do know what you're doing. And you do know how simple it is to be successful at this. You do the things. And I know I honestly, I feel like I could be a broken record when it comes to that. But this is the message I'm retelling myself. I'm not just saying it to you guys. I'm saying get up and do your personal development. Start your day with it every damn day. I don't care if it's 5 minutes of it. Do it before you do anything else. Because that, where was it said? I feel like it was in the, I can't remember what was said. Anyway, what was said was that at any given moment, like reading books, it was talking about reading books and how they build your brain and how they bust you out of circumstances and whatnot. But it was saying at any given circumstance, you are one book away from the book that will completely change your life. And I loved that. And you guys, the universe, God, whatever, has been telling me for a year to read Miracle Morning. It has been planted in front of me. It has been sign after sign after sign saying, read Miracle Morning. And I haven't yet. And it's almost like I'm putting up my own wall. It's almost like I'm saying, I know my life's going to change when I read that. And I'm not ready for it yet, even though I am. Like, we get in our own freaking way. And it's maddening. So when you start your day, start it with personal development. It's got to be your number one thing. Or quiet moment, whatever you want, like meditation, prayer, whatever it is to you. Start with digging into your brain and telling yourself and setting your intention for what your day is going to be. Because it's your day, and we either let the day happen to us or we own our day. Like, that's truly how it goes. I want to give you a very finite example of that. I told myself I was going to start the Miracle Morning on November 1st. I was like, it's a brand new month. I have it on audiobook. I really want it in a hardcover, but I'll start it November 1st. But November 1st came, and like I said, Halloween, night before. And I know, exactly. I totally agree. But the night before November 1st, I brought my sippy cup of wine while trick-or-treating with my kids, because that's the mom that I am. And I know this is a safe place to share that. And then we were watching fireworks with friends, and some magical mom at the fireworks had a tray of Jell-O shots. So there were Jell-O shots, and then by the time I got home and we looked through the kids' candy, there was more wine. And I had a great night. It was a fun night. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. But do you think I wanted to wake up at 5 a.m. on November 1st after that night? Hell no. Not even a little bit. So I did wake up, and I looked at the clock, and I'm like, but it's so dark out. and I'm so tired and I'm so cozy. And I even tried the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, except I did it the wrong way, which is why it didn't work. And I went back to sleep. That morning was hell. November 1st for me was a gong show. It was, my dog peed on my son's bed. Don't know why. Don't know why. They've been doing it since we moved. They likely, sadly, won't be around probably much longer. They're old. They can't adjust to this move. But either way, peed on my son's bed. I'm cleaning that up, go into the living room, and somebody had peed on the couch. So that's awesome. So while you're trying to clean all that up and get the kids off to school, I remembered I had to hand in Sloan's field trip permission slip, but I didn't have time to get the cash for it. So I handed in the slip and asked if I could give the $6 like in the afternoon. And they're like, no, we've already paid for the bus. If you want your kid on that field trip, you've got to pay right now. So I had to go to the bank. I go to the bank to take out the money. And the machine just starts doing that sound when it's cycling through the money. I'm like, I'm asking to take out $20. What is the deal? And it just kept making the sound. And it wouldn't give me the money. It took 3 times to get my $20. And then I raced back to the school, got it paid. It was just thing after thing after thing. The day sucked. And I sat down and I'm like, I was supposed to start this day with intention, but instead I started this day rolling out of the bed to dogs peeing and this, that, and the other thing. And it's my own fault. Like, when you ignore your subconscious that's telling you messages, you set yourself up for failure. And I just really realized that in my quest to overcome this overwhelm, and it's not even overwhelm, it's just sort of a flat line I've been sitting at. I want to light that fire again. I have the desire for it. I've just been lacking the action. So I'm doing it no matter what. I'm getting up whether I want to or not. I'll be half asleep and, even last night I'm pre-setting the coffee and I'm like, do I really want this at 5:30? It's going to go off and I'm probably not going to want to get out of bed. But I did. And I'm glad that I did. Like, when you own your day, it feels better. It really does. So going back, it's literally, I know not everyone can wake up early. Please don't think I'm telling everyone to do that. I have kids that are 5 and 7. I couldn't do it when Rosa told me to do it when my kid was 7 months old. I couldn't. So please, I'm in a phase where I can. I get enough sleep. Nobody's usually waking me up at night sometimes. So that being said, I really think that it's just a matter of doing the things whether we want to or not. It's taking those action steps when our heart isn't in it. And that goes for everything in your business, whether it's posting on your page, share that your heart's not in it. That's okay. It's okay to not have a flipping clue what to put on there. I just lately have been like this morning, whenever I do a post about my faith, it doesn't do well. It doesn't reach a lot of people, unlike some of my other stuff. And that's okay. I'm still going to do it because it's still who I am. But so I had to put something else up there to keep the engagement going. So I found I think it was Kardashian or Jenner. She was drinking wine because it was something about crossing things off your list. So she puts drinking wine on her list, something like that. And so I did that, and that got great engagement because it's something my people would find funny, right? So you just, it's that faking it till you make it. You're not feeling it, you do it anyway. And not in an inauthentic way. Like, I'm not saying be fake. I'm not saying pretend. I'm saying meet yourself where you're at and recognize that if I did what I did the last 3 weeks, a year into my business, I wouldn't be here now. I know that. I know you can't afford to do it when you first start. You can always come back. Please don't misunderstand. Like, you do whatever. Your business might tank for a bit and you can always come back from it. That's fine. I just mean that I'm grateful that I didn't pull away ever in the last 4 years, that I have the foundation that I have. And if anything, that's what I would love for you guys to take away from this, is that every single day that you invest in this business and invest in yourself, you're building a foundation for where you're going with this. And they said that on the National Wake Up Call. He said this business, in the beginning of the National Wake Up Call, before the speaker gets on, they share all the accolades. She's been in Success Club for 61 months, and she's a 3 times elite coach, and she's a #1 coach, and she's a top 10, and all these accolades that people are listening like, well, damn, she's amazing. She's always been amazing. And they forget it's actually the becoming that matters. It's every step of the journey to that that matters far more than all those titles and accolades and whatever. That doesn't matter. Your journey to that place is what matters. And that's where each of us is at. We're all on our journey. So overwhelm or not, we just do the things and we show up as best as we can. And we're kind with ourselves when we're not 100%. Like, I can't remember if I said it on a live video or if it was last week's Team Call. I barely remember things lately, but I said that I recognize that I'm odd in my, not even drive, because I wouldn't say my drive is that amazing, but in my consistency. I recognize that that's weird, but I'm grateful for it. And I'm not trying to say that you guys need to do as I do. I'm just saying what's worked, and where the success will continue to come from is you continuing to pour into yourself. Like, pour into yourself, pour into your family. Remember why you're doing this. The books she recommended today were Simon Sinek's Start With Why and The Power of Why. Those were the two books that she recommended. I've never read either of them, but Simon Sinek was the keynote speaker at the first summit I went to, and he spoke about the Know Your Why or Start With Why or whatever it was. Yeah, so I just wanted to share basically tonight, guys, that it happens to the best of us. And I know that when your leader's not on top, you feel like you're not on top. I know that. It's a natural rhythm in this business. So with Rosa pulling away, it makes me pull away, which makes my team pull away, which is a ripple effect that we don't want. I don't want that. So I need to pull myself out of whatever it is, and I will continue to do so that we all continue to do so that Shine Bright Nation continues to flip and rise, because we're not going anywhere. And I'm glad for that. I really am. And I'm glad for you guys. I'm glad for your consistency. I'm glad for your efforts. I'm proud of you guys. Like, I know that your days aren't easy. I know that I can think of personal situations for each of you for what you're going through in life that would make this a lesser priority, but you keep going and you don't quit. And I respect that more than you know, because there's so many people that would just be like, F it. I've got enough on my plate. This is the last thing I need. I'm checking out for a bit. And I have to respect everybody's journey, but it's hard for me to respect that, because this is what builds your everything, business-wise. You know what I mean? Like, really true. And for me, actually, not even business-wise, this gives me freedom 100%. And I'm beyond grateful for it, like, truly. Does anyone have any questions, comments, thoughts, concerns? Memoirs? Complaints? We're going to open up for complaints now. What's wrong? Amanda's pointing at something. I don't know what she's saying.
Nothing to do with the call. My kid is freaking out. Apparently my puppy has, peed on the floor for like the 8,000th time today. That's just my life.
Your puppy's
come to my house, wear shoes at all times, because I have potty training children and a potty training puppy, and that's my life right now. So
this guy on my bed does the exact same thing, and he's old. He's 15. Look at him. He's like, don't talk about me. I don't want to. No. It's very embarrassing.
No. I had a question and now it's gone. Do you get Success Club points? I know it's not like a huge thing if somebody is just getting Shakeology.
Yes, you do. You get 2 Success Club points.
And is that only the first month they do, or is it every month that they do?
Yeah, you can only get Success Club points from one client per lifetime. So, yeah, people work around that by getting people to like join with a new email address, and they'll do it that way, but that's not the way we should be doing it. But honestly, a customer that's just getting Shakeology is the dream, because they already have a belief in our flagship product, and that's awesome. That's really good. They used to only give us 1 point, and now it's 2. They made it equal to a challenge pack.
Okay. I'm still trying really hard to convince my mom that she needs the workouts too, but she's even
even if she doesn't, though, if she starts drinking, like my mom has drank Shakeology every day for 3 years. Like, she loves it, and now her husband drinks it too. Like, it's like that's awesome. That's really good. Loves. Hi, Nikki, by the way. It's good to see you.
Hello. Yeah, see you too.
It's been forever.
Yeah, I'm glad I actually made it on. I was just on Facebook and I'm like, oh, there's a call. I'm like, let's see if I can get into it. If not,
We'll try.
definitely.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm just I'm kind of like I found kind of a niche for like my audience.
Yeah.
So like you know, I can speak to like the empath or like spiritual people. But I mean, I'm still working my warm market. The thing is, though, a lot of people, they want to either just get advice from me or they want to train with me. So, and I do have clients at my studio. I always offer them, like, I'll give a free sample of the Shakeology. And, you know, I'll tell them about Shakeology. I have one former client that she's still on the Shakeology, even though she's not training with me at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to, you know, get more people, you know, either onto challenge packs or Shakeology. It's just for some reason, you know, I can't help that sometimes shit happens in people's lives. Like I've had people who are interested, but then like shit happens in their life where they're like, okay, I can't now.
Yeah, and I mean that happens for sure. Absolutely, it does.
Mm-hmm.
I through my experience though, if somebody really wants it, they're going to make it happen. Like
Yeah.
no matter what. And I think maybe you're giving away too much for free, like that they don't know why they should have. Why would they pay you if they're already getting so much from you?
Mm-hmm.
Just as a person, right? Like
Yeah.
it's people will pay what we show them we're worth, right? And
Yeah.
and that's something I have struggled with in the past too, because I just want to help.
Yeah.
And nothing wrong with that, but I want to show people where the level up is if they were my client, right? So that'll come. There's nothing wrong with that. That's
Okay.
well, Amanda's down for
I was gonna say I have roped my Curtis, I guess I should call him a man. I don't know what he's called, anyways. Into when he's home, we're gonna do a like couples challenge group thing for free. So we are going to do like double time workouts and like
I love that.
record them and stuff. So if anybody wants to join us, because it's just me so far, like it's on my page, but not. And my other question is, how do you get more people to like your page? That's the problem I'm having. No matter like
The way you will build your page